The onX Build Challenge is back. And this year it is bigger with even more competitors. It is better with a huge cash prize. And the best part, this year, you can join us. All of our competitors are here in Sand Hollow with their stock rigs. Let's meet the teams.
My name's Nate. I'm a plumber from Washington who has converted over to making content on YouTube.
My name is Holly Fowler. I have a YouTube channel called Mischief Maker TV.
I'm Rudy.
And I'm Janelle.
We're from Rudy's Adventure in Design. And what? Oh.
I'm Colt Cluley from Colt Builds It. My name's Rory Irish.
I'm Robbie from Robbie Lake Nation on YouTube. We run a YouTube channel called Bleep and Jeep where we build Jeeps and then take them off-road.
I'm Paul from Fab Rats.
Sand Hollow is a 1,300-acre state park that you can explore with the onX Offroad app. Today we're going to see how these vehicles handle the terrain here in Sand Hollow in stock form. Let's see who's up for the challenge. For the first challenge, the teams head over to Milt's Mile. The challenge is to drive their stock vehicles up the trail, passing through 3 different gates. Each vehicle that gets their front wheels through the gate will receive additional money for their total build budget. The teams drew cards to see the order that they will run. Who's got first? First!
First, please!
First! Okay, so we start at the onX flag.
Okay.
First gate here, as I said before, second gate up the sandhill, third gate, top of the rocks. Both front tires have to make it through the gate to earn the money. And you can skip gate 2 and go straight to gate 3 if you want, and you'll still get gate 2 money. Our first competitor up Milt's Mile is Paul from Fab Rats.
I'm here because last year I seen all of my buddies building onX cars and it looked like a good time. Sitting behind me is a 59 Willys wagon. I picked this thing up from a guy I used to work with. His dad had aspirations of fixing this thing and he'd done a bunch of work to it and never just got it finished. And I offered him 1,200 bucks and he took it. So I drove over and handed him the cash and brought it home. My plans for this thing are basically just using the shell of it. I've got an airport tug found that's got the diesel motor in it that I need. I paid another 1,200 bucks for a Ford F-250 that's got frame, running gear, everything I need to put this on top of. I've got the major components to make a really solid platform out of that. And then we'll start going with the important stuff until I run out of money, and then it's good enough. Looking at the competition, I'm feeling pretty good about our challenge so far. I mean, there's some potential stacked up here, but this first challenge, I feel pretty good about whatever they throw at me. I think I got it.
Ready, set, go. Gate 1. Gate 2.
That's good, right?
Oh, he's gonna do gate 2 and then gate 3. The bar has been set. Just so we're aware,
That's not the Mini Cooper's line.
under 1 minute, all 3 gates. Oh, better. Robbie's got a better idea. Whoever runs it fastest gets double the money.
It worked out just as we planned it. We got up through it. She's slow broken, but still moving, so better than we expected.
This is my 1982 Jeep J10 pickup truck. See, in Washington, your title and your VIN, it like follows the body, not the chassis. So right now it looks like a Dodge, but it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I picked this because I think that when you're doing a challenge like this, starting with good bones just saves you so much time and energy. This has a box frame, this has a Dana 80 rear, a Dana 60 front, super rad 5.9 Cummins. This has good bones to start with. Ultimately, what I want to do is I want to have something that can haul heavy loads. I want it to be able to go off-road. I want to turn this into a recovery truck. And I love the reliability and the sound and the power of a 5.9 Cummins, and this is just another excuse to shoehorn one into another project.
Oh, this was a bad move. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have enough room to back up, but this is a huge truck. So I ended up just driving to the end and then driving front tires down, going backwards. That counts, right? I don't know if that counts. I went as quick as I could. My strategy changed halfway through, and I didn't hear anything go bang. So right now I'm really happy.
After Nate, Rudy, Colt, and Matt tried to take their stock vehicle up the trail, but they only made it through the first gate, earning an additional $100 for their build budget. Robbie is the next to try to get up the trail in his 1969 P200 delivery van.
Once more.
After multiple tries, Robbie couldn't make it to the top, but did make it through the second gate, earning him a total of $350 for his build.
This is Liberty Bibberty. She's a Jeep Liberty and she is just phenomenal. I mean, look at her. I'm most excited the fact that I got this for $1,000, and in this package I got some really cool extras. Like we have a custom bejingled steering wheel. Dangerous? Kinda if that airbag goes off, but I'm absolutely loving it. We don't have a speedometer, so we don't really need to know how fast we're going. The back window doesn't work at all, but we don't need that. I have one fender delete. It came with a fender delete, so it's kind of making my life way easier. I know I'm definitely doing a solid axle swap, which is gonna be a little hard, but not as hard as what everyone else is planning to do, so I've heard through the grapevine. And there's a couple of options that we're gonna do with her. We're definitely gonna give her new wheels, tires, bigger tires. We're gonna have to cut her up a little bit, maybe chop the back end off. Who knows? We're still deciding that. Now, I use onX Offroad pretty much almost every single day. I'm actually out on this mountain, Sand Mountain. I try and get out here every morning. It's kind of like my workout. A lot of you go to the gym, I go on the trails. I like to map out what I do because I have a lot of people and a lot of friends who now come to Sand Hollow because they've seen videos of it and they absolutely want to come out here and see it for themselves. And I can just send the files over to them of the trails that I think that they would enjoy, and yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. What are we doing, Holly?
We're going fast, up some rocks, hopefully. Show the boys how it's done.
How far are you gonna get?
Hopefully at the top, but you never, I'm not gonna say that because if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna look stupid. Let's do this.
Might be a fast one.
think there was like a big crack at the end. But we're good. We made it. That was fun. Let's do it again.
Holly made quick work of this section of the trail, climbing through the first and third gate in 17 seconds flat. And because she was the fastest one up the trail, she got double the money. $1,700 additional dollars for her budget. Second place is Paul, followed by Nate and Robbie. Now it's time for our second challenge. All right, competitors, you asked for a vehicle-on-vehicle challenge, so that is what we're going to be doing today. It's pretty simple. Tug of war. We're going to hook the two vehicles together. There will be a rope stretched between these two onX Offroad flags with a marker in the middle. The first person to pull the marker across their flag, they win. So, to determine your starting order, I have cards here. You will draw a card. The matching cards will be competing, and there is one buy run in the first challenge because there's 7 of you. So there's a card in here that doesn't have a map. The first two teams to go head to head are Rudy and Robbie. That's good.
So I got invited to come back to the onX Offroad Build Challenge this year. And I figured we'd go the opposite direction than we did last year and go with the smallest car we could get. This is a 2002 Mini Cooper Model S. That means it has a supercharger and a 6-speed transmission.
We picked a Mini Cooper this year because we wanted something that was small, something that was fun, and hopefully something that's a little bit different.
The plan for the Mini Cooper is we have some 1-ton axles, some Dana 60 axles. We're going to be running a 37-inch tire, and under the hood, we'll be swapping a 5-cylinder Mercedes turbo diesel. I think the biggest hang-up is we are getting rid of everything. All of the interior goes, all of the front suspension. This thing doesn't even have a frame. We're gonna have to figure out something to do with that.
So a couple things that might be a little bit tricky with this is we are trying to put a diesel engine in it. This isn't a very big car, so that might be a little tricky. And then also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep it manual.
I'm gonna have to rewire all of the new blinkers and headlights, and basically we're building an entirely new car from scratch for $20,000.
We got this. We totally got this. Look at that hill. No, we got this.
Competitors ready?
Legal disclaimer. The Factor 55 Extreme Duty Kinetic Energy Rope used in this tug of war are USA made and individually serialized for material lot traceability. They are made out of stretchy nylon with protective polyester jacket, dipped in fiber lock, and have rubber dipped eyes. They stretch up to 30% of their overall length like a giant rubber band and help extract vehicles in compression terrain. Today we're using them outside of their intended purposes for a tug of war. We chose a 7/8 by 30-foot rope for its most common size for Jeep, truck, and SUVs and retains an impressive braking strength of over 28,000 pounds. Again, do not try this at home. This is not intended for use of this tool. Get trained, educate yourself on proper techniques. This is purely for fun.
Winner, Robbie Layton. The next two teams to try out the tug of war, it's Paul and Matt.
Everybody knows that I am a Jeep XJ fanatic. So whenever we decided to build something for the onX Build Challenge, and I thought, why not build something crazy? You know what would be crazy? If we brought another type of an XJ. This one isn't a Jeep XJ, but it's a Jaguar XJ.
So under the bonnet of this fine specimen is a 4.2 liter aluminum headed inline 6, and she purrs like a kitten, and she's nice and comfortable to boot.
I was chuffed to find such a good deal on this vehicle, only 1,000 quid. But we're gonna stick with the Cherokee theme. So we've got an XJ, we've got a straight 6.
The hardest part of turning this XJ into a real XJ is probably not gonna be the execution, it's gonna be the planning. It's gonna be figuring out and sketching down on paper exactly how we're going to do this.
The Jeep XJ that I typically build has a little bit more ground clearance, a little bit bigger tires, but they both have straight six. They're both called the XJ, so I think they're more similar than dissimilar.
Okay, competitors in your vehicles, please.
Well, my door's sort of shut. Let's get her warmed up. She's fine.
All right, on the horn it's go, and on the horn it's stop. On the horn. Ready?
Hey, my hub started. The hub started.
Working like a charm. Working like a charm.
We're stuck.
It's tea time. Tea time.
All right, this is, since the rope did not move for 10 seconds, you have to pick a card to determine who winner. High card wins. Since Paul technically got it the furthest, he gets to pick first. All right, Paul, you got a 50-50 chance.
Take that one.
All right, what do you got?
Ace. With Jack.
Oh!
You are a wiener.
Bleepy wins! The next two teams, Nate versus Holly. Ready? Uh-oh. She got you on a backup, Nate!
Yeah! Wait, Walter, did I win?
Holly wins and moves on to the next round. 3 teams moved on to the second round, but since Colt and Rory had a bye in the first round, they have to participate in round 2 against one of the other teams. First 2 teams of the second round, Holly and Bleepin' Jeep. Holly wins again, moving her to the finals. Next 2 teams to go, Robbie in his bread truck and Colt in the AMC Pacer.
It's time for the Pacer!
What we have here is a 1976 AMC Pacer of magicness. It's got a 258 inline 6 with a 727 automatic, and we are going to turn it into something amazing.
We're probably going to stick with the straight 6, just go with a newer version of it. We're planning on, we might go kind of crazy with the front suspension and the rear. And like I said, trophy truck is pretty much what we're looking at.
You know, this car is a unibody, and I know that I feel like a lot of the other teams might be trying to do frame swaps or something like that, where I think it would be cooler to maybe try to build a subframe for this car. And I think that'll probably be the biggest challenge, is building a subframe that can hold up to this car and make it handle what we want to do with it.
The biggest issue that I think we're gonna have is cutting up a really classic, really nice car.
So as somebody who just moved from South Dakota down to New Mexico, I use onX Offroad quite a bit because it allows me to see where the new trail systems are that I'm unfamiliar with, and I can find out where to go and what I need to do. The great thing about the Elite membership is that I am able to actually go in there and see exactly if I'm on BLM or National Forest or if I'm getting near private property, and it tells me all those things as well, along with where the trail goes.
Robbie pulls the pacer through the tug of war, giving him the win. And the finals are Holly in the Jeep Liberty and Robbie.
So what you see behind me is probably the most amazing vehicle you'll ever see on the internet. This is a 1969 Dodge P200 delivery van. This thing delivered your grandma's mail, it delivered her sourdough bread, it brought groceries to the family, and now it's gonna take us on a trail and we're gonna be able to stay in an Airbnb while we're out exploring with you guys. It's got a slant 6, it's got a 2-wheel drive transmission, and it's got a 1-ton rear end. And this thing is gonna go anywhere except for out on the trails because it's not 4-wheel drive. But we're gonna change that on this competition. We're gonna be putting this thing on 40s, 1-ton axles, it's getting an LS, and we're making this thing 4-wheel drive because we're taking this Airbnb places that no 2-wheel drive is gonna make it.
Ice cream.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll call that a move.
That was way early. Why was it so early? Horn honker?
Go sneak around it. Go sneak around it.
We caught her sleeping! Yeah!
Oh, good times.
Good job, Holly.
Good job, Robbie.
Winner! So after a day of competition, Holly from Mischief Maker has earned an additional $1,700 for her build budget. Second place is Paul, followed by Nate and Robbie. All of our other competitors only earned $100. For winning the tug of war, Robbie gets to choose one free product from any onX Elite partner. And don't forget to follow the link to vote for your favorite build team in this year's onX Offroad Build Challenge. So after watching, do you think you have what it takes to join us on the onX Offroad Build Challenge? Does your rig have what it takes to conquer trails like these? Well, click the link on your screen and apply to join us this fall for the ultimate onX Offroad Build Challenge road trip.